The mysterious man gave a thin smile and pulled back his hood, revealing a face of striking, unnatural beauty. On his forehead, a golden mark flickered in and out of sight, radiating a divine, yet eerily unsettling energy. You can call me the Divine Envoy. I come from the core zone beyond this city, what you people refer to as the Nexuses. This was the first time I'd ever heard the term, the Nexus. In my past life, I died too early. The highest level of existence I'd ever encountered was an awakened at Wang Tang's level. Seeing the confusion on my face, the envoy continued speaking. The cataclysm of this world is far more complex than you imagine. The descent of the Red Moon was no accident. It was the reshaping of reality by higher dimensional laws. Ants like the Zhao family, no matter how much they struggle, are still just frogs at the bottom of a well. But you are different. The power you've displayed has already caught the attention of the Nexus. I've come to invite you to a trial that truly belongs to the strong. I stared at him with total indifference, feeling none of the excitement he likely expected. I only trust the sword in my hand. I'm not interested in your trials. The envoy wasn't offended. Instead, his smile grew even more cryptic. Oh, you'll be interested, because this trial concerns the true origin of the Red Moon's descent. Furthermore, the girl beside you with the angelic ability is one of the key elements needed to open the final ruins. The moment those words left his mouth, Lin Qingxue took a nervous step back, her face turning pale, my brow furrowed. I pulled Lin Qingxue behind me, shielding her. As long as I'm standing, nobody touches her. The mysterious figure shook his head. His body began to dissolve into shimmering specks of golden light. He faded away, vanishing into the thin air. Only a single sentence remained, echoing throughout the underground plaza. Lin Mo, we will meet again. When the ultimate crisis descends, you will eventually come to the hub seeking answers. I stared at the spot where he had disappeared, falling into a brief moment of silent contemplation. It seems the waters of this apocalypse run much deeper than I ever imagined. But no matter what kind of eldritch horror exists out there, as long as they dare to stand in my way, I will use these fists to crush them into nothingness. I turned my head toward Lin Qingxue. Though she was trembling with fear, her fists were still clenched tight. Don't be afraid. I'm going to make you stronger than anyone else. Taking Lin Qingxue with me, I pushed open the heavy gates of the Zhao family's underground vault. With a soul-piercing screech of grinding metal, the contents of the treasury were finally revealed. Here, there were no mountains of gold or silver like I'd expected. In this post-apocalyptic world, the paper and metal of the old era had long since lost their value. In their place stood rows of specialized crystal display cases, filled to the brim, with high-level spirit cores radiating a kaleidoscope of colors. These were the foundations the Zhao family had built over the years, the spoils they had plundered, from countless evil spirits and awakened ones. Lin Qingxue stared at the cores, her hand flying to her mouth in shock. She had clearly never seen such a massive hoard of cultivation resources. I, however, merely gave the room a cold, sweeping glance. A few ordinary high-grade spirit cores. For my current level, this was like trying to put out a forest fire with a cup of water. Migaza finally locked onto a solitary stone pedestal at the very back of the vault. Floating there was a tattered parchment scroll glowing with an eerie red light. The air around the scroll flickered and warped, as if space itself were being distorted by its power. I strode forward, ignoring the defensive seals placed around the pedestal. The raw physical strength of my Red Army form allowed me to phase right through a barrier. It would have shredded an epic rank awakened to pieces. The moment I reached out and grabbed the parchment, a massive surge of information flooded my mind. This was a map pointing far beyond Dragon City, deep into the heart of the endless wilderness. The map's destination was marked by a glaring, blood-red skull. Beside it, ancient characters spelled out 4 words: The God, Burial Forbidden Zone. A thrill of excitement curled the corners of my mouth. This was exactly the high-level hunting ground I needed. Staying in Dragon City, slaughtering these low-level families and common spirits, was no longer enough to help me break through. Only a forbidden zone like this one that dared to bury even gods could breed the kind of prey that truly interests me. Just as I tucked the scroll into my robe and prepared to lead Lin Qingxue out of the vault, the entire underground space began to tremble violently. Huge slabs of rock from the ceiling started to collapse. Just as we were about to step through the vault doors, the void in the center of the room suddenly tore open into a massive black rift. A void spirit, its body covered in bone-white barbs, lunged its head out of the tear. The creature's aura was ancient and utterly feral. Within its hollow eye sockets burned a ghostly blue soulfire. Its massive skeletal claws tore through the steel walls of the vault like they were paper. It seemed to have sensed the parchment's energy and had crossed through dimensions to claim it. Instinctively, Lin Qingxue manifested her angelic wings. A shield of holy light flickered in front of her, but under that terrifying void pressure, her light looked like a candle in a hurricane. I let out a cold snort and pulled Lin Qingxue behind me. Since you were kind enough to deliver yourself to my doorstep, I'll make you the appetizer before I head to the Forbidden Zone. I didn't reach for the golden dragon sword. Instead, I simply clenched my right fist. The gold and blue aura of a Saiyan instantly illuminated the entire underground vault. I lunged forward with everything I had, turning into a golden streak of light as I launched into the air. The Void Spirit unhinged its abyssal maw, filled with rows of jagged fangs, desperate to swallow me whole. I focused all the primal energy of the Red Army's creation into a single fist. I slammed it directly into his skeletal jaw. Asterisk crack, asterisk, a deafening explosion of bone. That void bone, supposedly indestructible? It shattered inch by inch under the sheer force of my strike. The evil spirit let out a piercing, wretched shriek. Its massive frame was utterly demolished by my hand. A spatial rift. I wasn't about to give him a chance to escape. I slammed my palms together, right in front of my chest. I condensed a qigong wave radiating the pure essence of annihilation. Turned to ash. A massive pillar of blue light instantly tore through that spatial rift. From deep within the void came a muffled explosion, followed by absolute dead silence. I powered down, my aura fading. I watched coldly as the rift slowly stitched itself back together. It was just a watchdog, a stray cur that crawled out from the Forbidden Zone of fallen gods. I turned my gaze toward Lin Qingxue. Get ready. We're leaving Dragon City. Lin Qingxue didn't hesitate for a second. She gave me a firm, resolute nod. As long as I can stay by my benefactor's side, I'll go anywhere. We left the ruins of the Zhao family estate behind. I ignored the rest of Dragon City's high-ranking families. I didn't care about their probing looks or their newfound terror. Taking Lin Qingxue with me, I headed straight for the Forbidden Zone of fallen gods. Once we passed the city's safe zone, the wasteland became a vision of pure nightmare. Vast stretches of blackened forest, reeking of rotten decay. Flocks of mutated birds circled the sky. Their crimson eyes remained locked onto us, the intruders, but every time they dared to swoop in, the sheer pressure of my Eastern Emperor aura would pulverize their internal organs instantly. We trekked through the wilderness for 3 full days. The number of high-level mutants and wandering spirits that fell by my hand was beyond counting. The primal chaos spear within my sea of consciousness, amidst this endless slaughter, became increasingly dark, deep, and ominous. Finally, at dusk on the 4th day, we reached the edge of a canyon, shrouded in a thick, blood-red mist. The gravity here was 10 times stronger than the world outside. The surrounding rocks were stained a localized, eerie shade of dark crimson. According to the map, this is it, the entrance to the Forbidden Zone of fallen gods. Just as we stepped into the heart of the canyon, the dark earth beneath us gave way, collapsing into a massive sinkhole. A bottomless, ancient underground battlefield was revealed before our eyes. An ancient dragon, large enough to blot out the sky, awakened from its slumber. It let out a roar that seemed to shatter the very firmament. That ancient dragon's body was so gargantuan. It nearly filled the entire dome of the underground cavern. Every single bone in its body was etched with ancient, malevolent, cursed runes. As it stirred, the blood mist of the entire Forbidden Zone began spiraling toward it. That suffocating sense of dread was several times more powerful than the evil god-level spirits I had faced before. Lin Qingxue's face went pale under the crushing weight. Even drawing breath became a struggle for her. I immediately projected a golden Saiyan aura to cocoon her within it. It shielded her from the dragon's overwhelming pressure. This beast was definitely a mythic-tier existence when it was alive. Even as a mere skeleton, it still possesses a terrifyingly sharp combat instinct. Its eyes, burning with blood-red flames, locked onto us with lethal intent. It seemed enraged that 2 mere ants would dare disturb its eternal sleep. Its massive skeletal tail, like a pillar holding up the heavens, swept toward us with world-ending force. Under the weight of that terrifying power, the air screamed with a piercing sonic boom. He pushed Lin Qingxue into a safe corner. Instead of fear, my eyes were alight with a burning, fanatical lust for battle. Perfect. I've been looking for a way to test my new fused power. Majestic golden dragon horns instantly sprouted from my forehead. Gorgeous, indestructible golden dragon scales covered my body. I didn't dodge. I charged straight ahead to meet that massive skeletal tail head-on. I lunged forward. Reaching out with both hands, I unleashed the supreme, overwhelming power of the Red Army. Against all odds, I caught it, that massive bone tail, strong enough to shatter entire mountain ranges. The sheer force of the impact swept through me, causing the ground beneath my feet to collapse into a massive crater instantly. But I stood my ground, rooted like an ancient tree, not backing down a single inch. The Elder Dragon seemed stunned. It never expected a mere human to match its raw strength. It let out a furious, deafening roar, unhinging its abyssal maw to unleash a world-ending blast of black dragon breath. I let out a cold sneer. The Candle Dragon bloodline within me erupted completely. An aura fa pua, far more sovereign than its own, surged toward the heavens. I tightened my grip on empty air, and a golden dragon sword, radiating supreme majesty, materialized in my right hand. Before this divine blade, the symbol of the ancestor of all dragons, that once arrogant elder dragon, actually trembled in fear. The black dragon breath it took such pride in met the golden sword's aura and dissolved instantly, like snow under a scorching sun. My body blurred, transforming into a bolt of golden lightning, as I soared straight up, cutting through the dragon breath. The golden dragon sword erupted with a blinding light. "Slay!" I roared, swinging the blade down. The sword she, carrying the force to split heaven and earth, buried itself deep into the elder dragon's skull. That indestructible bone, beneath the weight of this single strike, was sliced clean through like a block of tofu. The blood-red flames within the dragon's eyes flickered violently a few times, before finally being extinguished for good. Its colossal frame, stripped of the power that sustained it, came crashing down. It slammed into the earth with a heavy thud, kicking up a massive cloud of dust across the battlefield.
Follow, like, comment, and share for Part 5.